Why do students often avoid challenging questions? It's a common scenario in classrooms everywhere. There's an immediate shift when a question feels difficult. Some stop trying almost immediately. Others look around to see if someone else understands it first. Many quietly avoid engaging at all. This is interesting, as students are usually told that challenge helps learning. Yet, difficult questions often create hesitation instead of curiosity. This reaction is more psychological than we realize. Why does easy success feel safer? Most students spend years being graded on accuracy. Correct answers bring rewards, mistakes lower scores. The brain associates success with avoiding visible failure. Challenging questions become risky, increasing the chance of getting something wrong publicly. Even capable students avoid trying if uncertainty feels too uncomfortable, even when they want to improve. One major problem is that school often blends learning and performance together. Ideally, difficult questions strengthen understanding, but many students experience them as evaluations instead. This changes the emotional reaction. Instead of "this will help me learn," it becomes "this might prove I'm not smart enough." That shift creates pressure before thinking even begins. This situation happens constantly in school. During class discussions, a teacher asks a difficult question and suddenly the room becomes quieter. Students stop volunteering answers. Many avoid eye contact, not wanting to risk being called on while uncertain. That silence says something important. Fear of being wrong strongly influences participation. School environments also reward speed heavily. Fast students often look more confident and understanding, yet slower students may be thinking more deeply. Challenging questions require slower reasoning and trial and error. But students learn to associate hesitation with weakness, protecting the appearance of competence instead. Academic identity matters more than people realize. Students develop labels for themselves early. Once internalized, difficult questions feel emotionally threatening, as failure could challenge that identity. A smart student may avoid difficult questions because struggling publicly feels dangerous to self. Avoidance isn't always laziness. Sometimes it's fear of identity disruption. Memorization feels safer because there's a clear right answer pathway. Deep reasoning is less predictable, requiring students to combine ideas and tolerate uncertainty. This process feels mentally uncomfortable. Are students prepared for flexible thinking instead of memorized procedures? Sometimes avoidance itself becomes the answer. The internet changed how students handle difficulty. Modern technology offers instant access to solutions, reducing tolerance for productive struggle. The second confusion appears, many immediately search for the answer instead of sitting with uncertainty. Struggle feels uncomfortable, while quick answers feel relieving. This reaction makes sense psychologically. Cognitive science shows effortful thinking strengthens learning more effectively than passive recognition. Challenging questions force the brain to build stronger conceptual connections, even if it feels slower. Students remember ideas longer after struggling through them directly rather than copying solutions. The classroom environment matters too. Students respond differently to challenge based on culture. In environments where mistakes are mocked, avoidance increases, but normalizing confusion creates willingness. Students evaluate not only the question, but also the emotional risk attached to answering incorrectly. Avoiding difficult questions creates temporary relief, but often lowers confidence long term. The brain never learns that challenge can be survived. Difficult problems continue feeling threatening. Confidence develops through repeated exposure to difficulty, not through avoiding it completely. The difference between looking smart and becoming smarter, academic behavior is shaped around appearing competent, but becoming smarter requires confusion, mistakes, slower thinking, and revision. These experiences rarely feel impressive while they're happening, making challenging questions uncomfortable. Interestingly, many students also become bored by overly easy work, even while avoiding difficult questions. Deep down, many students want intellectual challenge, they just don't want the emotional risk. This contradiction explains a lot about modern classrooms. They want growth, but fear the discomfort it requires. Students avoid challenging questions for reasons beyond intelligence, fear of failure, identity protection, and more. Difficult questions require slower reasoning and emotional tolerance for confusion. Modern education often rewards speed and visible correctness instead. Once recognized, avoidance makes much more sense. Thanks for watching.